Hey everyone, I'm Matt,
And I'm Grant.
and welcome to All Around Music Podcast.
This week we have the band Wolves on Bears joining us.
Just a warning, there may be some foul language.
Stay tuned.
All right, we got Wolves on Bears in the studio today. How you guys doing?
Not too bad, man.
Yeah,
How about yourself?
I'm peachy.
Hey,
I feel good.
It's
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, you guys just want to introduce yourself really quick?
Yeah, who wants to start? Go ahead.
I'm Kevin. I play drums in Wolves on Bears.
I'm AJ. I play bass.
I'm Chris. I do vocals and guitar.
All right, now I know everybody's names.
There you go.
So what type of band are you guys?
Kevin?
Well, I'd say we're like a grunge-ish kind of punk pop band. You know, we got a little post-hardcore influence. But really, Chris summed it up. He Midwest grunge is what I...
Midwest grunge?
Yeah.
Midwest grunge is kind of like how I thought would be the best way to describe it. It's kind of like we have stuff that's softer, and throughout our songs, we have we kind of take you on that roller coaster. We get a little heavy.
Mm-hmm.
We stay in that kind of grunge, almost a punk sound.
Okay.
But then we get that post sound every once in a while, so it's kind of hard to derive a genre and describe it. A lot of people just tell us we sound like certain bands, and I'm like, hey man, that's awesome. If I sound like something you like, that's good.
Yeah.
But Midwest grunge is really what we kind of came up with as a
That's
selling
awesome.
point or slogan for what we kind of would like to put the parameters on our sound.
Yeah. 'Cause
That's what we're pushing.
what do you like, grunge, like Nirvana? And you're like, no.
No. I mean, really, we do have a lot
Yeah.
of guitar parts that are kind of based off of that style, and we are a three-piece band
Right.
now. We're definitely looking for a lead guitarist. We've got a couple people, we're trying to get in.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we do like it. It's a pretty unique sound for the Lafayette.
That's what you got to have,
Yeah.
especially in a Midwest town.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to stand out.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, metal's all good and all, but I mean, I stopped playing metal just because there's really nothing in it anymore. You know,
Yeah.
it's fun to play and it's fun to get the shows going, and I respect the bands that are still playing metal. Like I've got friends in Ohio playing metal, and they're
Right.
great, man. I just feel like in this town, in this area, like metal's really not the way to go.
Yeah.
More of a grungy kind of sound, what we're doing. I feel like that's actually picking us up, and people are recognizing who we are now, like after 6-7 months of playing shows now.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Definitely.
Nice.
Got to keep grinding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wheels turning, man.
Yeah.
You can't just be like
Sure.
after a month, be like, this sucks.
It's definitely not easy. That's
No,
true.
it's not.
It's definitely not easy.
It's hard to get people to come out and
Oh, yeah.
get the following, but it'll get there. It gets
You
there.
just got to be patient.
Yeah.
Right on. How'd you guys all get together? You guys all know each other for a long time?
Well, I know Chris. I mean, we've talked on, I guess, through the internet for years, talking about doing something together. And then here recently, we've been able to do stuff. Last October, actually, we've been a band for a full year now. We started out as a project
Nice.
called Green Street.
Green
Okay.
Street?
Yeah. And then we progressed into Wolves on Bears. Chris came over with a little Behringer amp.
Found it in the dumpster, man. I have a twin brother that's a guitarist, and
Oh, really?
I'm originally a percussionist, and I brought the guitar over, and we just started jamming, and then I was like, I'm going to start sinking money in, dude, and we're going to have a nice cabinet, and we're going to do a band thing.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy if
we
your
just
twin
started
brother
writing stuff.
was in your band now and people just didn't know the difference.
Do what?
If your twin brother was in your
Oh,
band.
yeah. Yeah, I know.
You'd be like Good Charlotte.
That's true.
Right?
Oh man, where is Good Charlotte?
Who cares?
They had some good songs.
That they actually, I think
We all have.
they just put out a single not too
Yeah.
long ago. I think.
Nice.
I know. I probably don't like them or listen to them as much as I probably should, but they were definitely a good band.
Yeah, I liked
can't
them.
deny them that.
I
I've been
liked
on
them
a
when-
Sum
when they were
41
big. Yeah.
unwritten law kick
Oh
here
yeah,
lately.
I love
Yeah.
Sum
Oh,
41.
yeah.
Yeah, that's always awesome.
They just put out a new album. Sum
Yeah.
41.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
They had that music video with all the memes and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
yeah.
see that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I love memes, so I was like, this is where I want to be right now.
But,
Fucking memes.
yeah, we started jamming in the basement, like you said, man, and we eventually got a bassist. You know, we've been through a few bassists.
Yeah,
Like,
not me.
he's not our first bassist we've had.
But props to you, man, for sticking with bass.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to find a bass player?
I love it. I know a lot of other instruments, and it was an interesting project to take on.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, it's taken a lot of practice to even get close to sounding decent. I mean, yeah, people give bass a bad rep, like it's like super easy, but it can be if you want to put a lot into it, it can be pretty challenging at
Oh,
times. So
yeah. People are like, oh, I can play bass because I can play guitar. Well, it's actually a lot different.
yeah, right.
Yeah, it has strings and it looks similar, but
Yeah, but
you have to do a lot of different techniques.
I actually met them. I delivered food to Kevin's house, and he asked me if I played anything.
Really?
I pulled the classic, hey, man, do you play anything?
Hey, man, you want to be in a band?
So I was like, "Yeah, man, I play a few things." And
Wine and sing.
I came over and jammed on some guitar with them for a little bit, but I wasn't feeling it as much. I never really wrote for that type of music, and then joining the band. I'd never really heard anything like so much like this, if that makes any sense. And so I didn't really know how to approach it at first. So I came back trying out for using some keys and stuff and keyboard, and then our bassist ended up leaving. So they're like, well, we need a bassist. And I was like, oh, I'd love to fill in and do that.
Right.
So, yeah.
So the good thing, I've noticed that if somebody is a bass player, most of the time they know how to play a lot of other instruments.
Yeah, knowing theory definitely helps, like with anything. But yeah, but I don't know. I still don't really call myself a bassist yet, but more like a Padawan or something.
Right.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Young grasshopper.
That's awesome. What would you guys say your musical and non-musical influences are?
Whew. Well,
Go ahead, man.
musical influence, definitely. I'd have to say Super Heaven for sure.
Yeah.
They just have that really awesome. I just love that grunge sound that they put out. The
Yeah.
fuzz pedals and everything just sound immaculate. Also, All Get Out, definitely a huge fan of them. Nathan Hussey, I think, is an amazing vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
He writes some really good stuff, and I saw him live probably 2 years ago, and it was just phenomenal, man.
It's always fun when you go see one
Oh
of your favorite
yeah,
musicians.
yeah. When you go see somebody you want to, I don't
Yeah.
really get out and go see a lot of bands anymore, and especially because that's the reason. Like, I want to go see who I want to see. Now.
Right.
You know, I don't want to sit there and watch like 5 bands and then like, oh man, it's getting late and I haven't still seen the act that I want to see. So
It's
yeah.
1:00 in the morning.
yeah.
Where are they?
There are some bands that you can think of too.
Well, I mean, there's always damn it, what are they called?
Like we listen to
Brand
so
New.
much stuff.
I mean, I've always listened to Brand New.
Yes.
We kind of have that
Love Brand New.
Oh,
that
yeah.
indie
One of my
kind of
favorites.
sound every once
Yeah.
in a while.
Yeah.
Chris's voice definitely helps a lot with the indie sound. Sometimes he's got it.
Oh, yeah, he does.
But it's just like Brand New, and like I get a lot of influence from different drummers. Like when we're
Mm-hmm.
so I listen to anywhere from like the pop punk to all the way still to metal. I still listen to my metal stuff, but it's like as a band, Brand New is really what sticks out for me as an influence and then
awesome.
always Super Heaven, like
Yeah.
he said, they're a great band. If you haven't checked them out, you totally should.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to check them out.
Yeah, they're really good, man. But they actually used to be in a band called Daylight.
You did?
No, the Super Heaven
Oh,
used to be
Super
called
Heaven.
Daylight.
Daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So they have more music out there floating around.
oh yeah,
Under a different
It's
name.
killer. It's
Yeah.
all good. You can just keep listening to every
I'll have
song.
to check it out. I love hearing new music. I
Yeah,
haven't
it's
heard.
definitely something you'll be like, oh, okay, all right, that's different, but I like it.
yeah.
Yeah, we surf the Spotify a lot. I'm always looking for something raw, something tangible.
Right.
Nobody's heard of.
White
barely,
Reaper.
yeah, barely. White Reaper, awesome band, dude. Really awesome band.
Haven't heard them.
Oh, dude.
Just
Sick.
just those unseen or unheard of gems, those diamonds in the rough that like, yeah, they're probably, granted, yeah, they're probably not going to go somewhere, I'm not saying that they will or they won't, but they have a sound where it's like they're so unique that they're not in that pop culture sellout stage.
Right.
So they're still real raw and just very awesome live, and it's like, they might not ever make it anywhere, but I'm going to buy that CD and I'm going to buy every shirt they got at that stand. I might
Right.
even give them a $20 bill just because their show was awesome. I feel like that's the way people should be. Like,
Right.
I mean, you never know. Like a lot of the bands that I listen to, I wish they would, I wish the best for them. I wish they would get famous and everything like that. And it's like a lot of them they never do, and then they break up. Your favorite
Yeah.
bands always break up, and
Yep.
it's like, dang it, man. But I guess that's just the nature of the beast, man. The music industry.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So a lot of the stuff that I have on my playlist is like just really awesome oddball, really out there names. Kind of like Wolves
Right.
on Bears, kind of an
Yeah.
out there name for a band. Like, we always get questions of why we chose that name, and it's just like, man, we had a huge list.
Yeah.
And he had Kevin had massive names that were good, and we had to go down and pick one eventually.
Right.
And when some of them were already taken, and then some we didn't like, we went through. Wolves on Bears was just cool, man.
Yeah, it's
out.
unique.
It's the only one, so we're the only one. That's
Yeah.
what I like to see.
Right,
you know?
that's good.
Like when I was in Theriot, man,
Yeah.
we were the only ones. Yeah, there was a band called The Riot, but it wasn't Theriot.
Right, yours was one word.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, when I was in Brandon Allen, when we got that band name up, I was like, dude, let's be unique about it. Let's bring them together and call it Theriot,
Right.
And it made us unique. Nobody else has called that.
There you go.
And that's what I always kind of think when I get in a band and we're out to name it. I want to get a name that's not been used, you know what I mean, not been heard of, and it's unique and it catches your
Right.
your eye or catches your ear. So
It's gotta
Even
be
if
ear
it just
candy.
makes you question why we did it.
like-
It made you think, right?
Why'd they name their band
Yeah.
Lawn Chair?
So we're already in your brain and you're thinking about us.
All right. So,
I'd have to say, musically, Portugal the Man. I don't know if you know that band, but I like bands that when I see them live, like if we're talking also bass-wise influence, they have their own personality and distinction. And Phil Lesh, I guess, is another one of the Grateful Dead.
oh, okay, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, guys that not only know their stuff, but they also put on a good show too. They put a lot of heart into it, and you can see it and feel it with them.
Yeah.
So, I'd hope to hopefully give people that kind of connection. But
That's awesome.
So,
That's what you do it for, right?
yeah.
how do you guys write your songs? Like, is one of you the main?
Well, Chris normally he's a dictionary, man. He's got all kinds of stuff already written that he just brings to the table. He's like, or he writes a brand new and he's like, hey, I was jamming on this at lunch, man. Check it out.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'll bring it to the table and I'll listen to it and we'll jam it. You know what I mean? And if we like it enough, we'll go through it and we'll actually sit down with it, structure it, But most of the time it's Chris bringing songs to the table and then we as a band just bringing it together as a whole song. You know what I'm saying? So
Right on.
I think we're all kind of the mastermind behind everything. We're
Cool.
all a creative project. We all do our own things to make the band unique and make it have, the sound that we do, and then we together just bring it together,
Right on.
So
Amen.
You guys practice a lot, like throughout the week, or
It just depends. Right now, we're working with. We always work around our schedule, but for the most part, now we're trying to stick to 2 days a week.
right?
I think we're kind of doing the Thursday and Sunday. Gives us a couple
okay,
days.
yeah.
Plus Sunday, you got all day. Or
Right.
At least we all do.
Yeah.
We usually have all day.
That's awesome.
Like I don't work on the weekends.
So there's like no rush, and
Yeah, so
Right.
we get to get a bunch of solid hours in, run through a set list. If we want to do our short set list or our long ones, we've got Kevin came up with the Dirty 30. We call that. That's our 30-minute set list. I just think that's the coolest name ever.
I thought maybe like you guys drank 30 beers in 30 minutes or something.
No, no, I do definitely like to have a couple paps while we practice
Yeah.
and everything.
Right.
But
Loosens you up
got
a
to
little
stay
bit.
hydrated.
Oh
It's that
yeah,
American flavored water.
it's the best water.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Why
was
would you
watching
settle
my-
for less?
watching American Dad the other day, and they had beer water.
Beer water.
Had horses advertising it, drinking them in a bar. It's like beer water.
Heck
Drink
yeah.
beer water.
Yeah, it says hydration, drink beer water.
Well, it does have water in it.
Right? It has the term water in it, so it's healthy for you, right?
Good. You can drink it all day, right?
Right? 8 glasses a day.
8 glasses a day. Now that's something I could get behind.
Right? Right?
So, you guys have any dreams or goals?
Well, I dream every night.
That's good. That means you're sleeping well.
They're usually different. Sometimes I don't remember. Goals. I think the goals really are just to keep doing what we're doing and see if somebody like a smaller label or even a big one. Of course we're looking out for that Rise Records or somebody, but
Right.
see if somebody catch their eye or appeal to their ear, and they might want to start investing and take over a little bit of
Right.
what we totally take care of, because as our band right now, we are financially and everything for our merch, and as far as running our website or our Facebook and our Reverb Nation, it's all done right here. There's no third party that does anything.
That's awesome. So
that
you
we
have
pay,
you have a way
so-
people can contact you.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's direct all the time.
Good deal.
Direct contact. You're going to see one of our faces if you get one of our T-shirts. You have to.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
That is awesome.
it's we, as long as our fan to band, like face to face, we're right there all the time, because we're still just babies in it, if you ask
Right.
me. We're just a young band, just having a good time, and hey, if something comes of it, then it does.
Right
if it
on,
doesn't,
you know?
we're still doing it.
Yeah. I mean,
That's what I like to hear. I don't
It's
like those bands that get together like immediately, like, oh, we got to do this. We got to get signed. We got to get signed like immediately.
Well, like those are we always
yeah, that's-
we all have goals, but it's like we still work 40 hours a week and stuff, and that
Right.
helps support our band. So like when we do have instances where we need to come up with like some fast cash, man, it's always there.
Right.
And the band, we can travel farther and easier that way. And it's like, if we don't have somebody taking 40% of everything we make right off the top,
Yeah, helps
and the
us.
fact that you're all on the same page,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
that's
Oh, yeah.
that's key.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we just. What was he saying? I don't know. I just feel like we as a band, for goals wise, I mean, yeah, we want to get out there and we want to do our thing, but just like Chris said, we're just having fun, man. And if something comes about it, something comes about
Right.
it.
Yeah, we're
That's the
normal
way it should
people.
be.
We still live our lives, so we all got goals. All of us, I'm sure, want a family and kids.
Yeah.
One of us already has. Two of us already have
Right.
kids. I would love to have a family and kids one day. It hasn't happened for me yet, but I got my fingers crossed.
See?
Hopefully, the Lord will.
That's
hook
one of the
me
dreams,
up.
right?
Chris is single, ladies,
Yeah,
so
single looking to me. I like long walks on the beach.
Steel magnolias.
I do have.
Steel Magnolia.
I do have a beard, so don't bring a razor. We don't do that shaving stuff.
Nah, but that's good. I mean, you got the dream, you want the family, but also one of the other dreams is make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, technically, I feel like I live
Like
my dream.
not
every
force it,
time.
make it, but like
Technically, I
Let it
feel like,
happen if
yeah,
it
it's,
happens.
it is. Yeah, that's like the ultimate goal. But like, you get like these little spurts of the euphoric feeling of just going to practice or
Oh,
just
yeah.
playing a big show or playing a show with like a band that you know.
Yep.
And just seeing the crowd's reaction. It's like, really, I mean, I don't know how everybody is, but most of the instruments that I learned how to play them on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So I consider that like a, like a God-given talent. It's something like you should do. You shouldn't
Right.
squander that. You should do that, even if people don't like it. You should probably just do it. If you love it that much, you will. And
Hey,
if
man.
it's something you feel that way, and I feel like that's what we have. Like, it's not a forced thing.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, well, here's practice. Oh, let me grit my teeth and see if I can break one off. I'm
Yeah.
so angry. I have to practice. It's like, oh man, I have to load up all this stuff, but I like doing it every
Yeah.
time. My cabinet.
It's like, don't do something you hate.
Oh,
No.
dude, I complain about
No.
tearing my drums up, down, and up. And
But he loves it.
But yeah,
I love
but
it, man.
He loves
Let's be
it.
honest, though. It's a pain in the ass.
It is. It's a huge pain in the ass, but I've gotten a nice case for all the hardware
Yeah.
stands. And
There you go.
Cymbals.
Consolidate a little bit.
Oh yeah, got wheels on it. I don't have to break my
Ooh.
back.
Fancy.
So- right? Got it at Goodwill for $15.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. What's the first song you guys learned?
Tragedies.
Tragedies.
Yep. A song called Tragedies. It's a
We're like, what do you mean by learned? What do you like? Learned somebody else's song or played together, wrote our own?
I don't know. However you want to answer it.
Well, how he answered it would be our own song.
Your own?
Tragedies.
Our own
Is
song.
that the first thing you guys played together? I guess.
Yes,
we never,
yes,
we
it
never
is.
did. We never tried to cover anything together.
Right on, yeah.
We just went down there. I showed him something that I wrote, and then we finished it out. We got it down, everything, words, all that, and then it just kind of grew from there. And gosh, man, we put 14 songs together so fast. I was just like baffled.
Nice. Do you guys do any covers, or do you do all your own stuff?
We do for fun every
yeah
once
for
in a while.
fun. We did
Right.
Leech by Northbound yesterday.
Yeah, that's a really good band that definitely we're into.
You ever play them live or anything?
No, we've never done
No?
a cover live, and I actually feel great about that.
Yeah.
Like we will do covers,
Right.
Like if we find one that we like, I'm sure we'll do
Yeah.
something that we feel is like, oh, we'll take that and put this sound to it, and then see if that can
Yeah.
appeal to people just because they like that song already.
Right.
So they'll listen to us just because
Right.
we sung that song. You know?
That's one of those
But,
weird things. Like if you're seeing a new band,
We did do
You don't-
Jimmy Eat World,
Yeah.
Bleed American. We used to
Oh,
do
man,
that.
I love
We
Jimmy
never
Eat
did it
World.
live. We
Yeah.
never did it live.
that's like it's weird because like you'll see a new you'll go see a new band maybe you haven't heard, and it's like you don't want to hear them do a bunch of covers.
Right.
You want to hear their music, but then like when they do a cover of a song you really like, then it makes you like that band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Oh
Well,
yeah.
that's the first
kind of
step
a
in,
weird thing 'cause you
breaking
can't-
the ice and appealing to
Yeah.
any unknown audience, like in a different city. Hey, you play 2 songs of yours, you play one cover that
Yeah.
they might be familiar with, and just because of that familiarness
Yeah.
with the words of the song, they're like, oh, and they start singing, and then you're like, yep.
it can be tough to go
Yeah.
down that road because if you play a cover
yeah.
wrong or if you play too many covers and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, they're just a cover band or
Right.
something. And then,
Right. And that's
Yeah.
something we strive not to be.
Right.
Nothing against that. We
Yeah.
just-
No, yeah.
There's, I mean, I don't know. It's like this. Even if somebody tells you that you sounded like crap, if they paid you to play your original songs,
Right.
you won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter how it
With
sounds.
victory, my friend.
You paid to
That's
see
true.
us, buddy. You know.
Yeah.
like-
Like even if because like I mean, that's another hard thing. Music is so personal preference and
Right.
opinion based,
Yeah.
and even some people, just because somebody that they know doesn't like a band, they may have never heard them, but because they've heard them talk about them, they go along with the same cliche talk, and then they're like, "Oh, I don't like that band." It's like, have you ever even listened to them? No. Oh, well,
I don't like that
You don't
band
like
because of
them.
the shirt he wears.
yeah.
Oh, well, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
sorry.
if somebody books you and you're traveling, even if you're traveling 10 minutes and they're only giving you free drinks or something like that, I
Right.
mean, dude, they just invited you to play.
Yeah. That's
That's
awesome.
That's really awesome. That's another.
That's what
one
always
of
got
those-
me when they're like,
That's
"Hey,
another
can you
one
come
of those
play?"
euphoric feelings that
Yeah.
you just you can feel and tell you that maybe I don't have to be rich and famous at the end of my life to be totally happy because I'm
Right.
totally content right now.
Yeah.
In my Wrangler jeans and boots. I go to work every morning and I'm content, man. My flannel.
Hey, if that's all you need, that's what makes you
we
happy.
got the band, and I feel like that's that extraordinary, that little bit of extra, man, the spice of life. Because your hobbies and the things that you actually have that are talents or gifts. Most people don't. I don't know how many people I talked to in 2016. They can't do anything cool. They have no talents, no gifts. They're like, yeah, man, I work at a factory and I use a drill press and I go home. And I'm like, you don't even like shoot hoops or
You don't even call your boss a fuckwad? Like,
You call him an
even like-
asshole? Nothing?
don't even like practice doing like water bottle tricks like people on Facebook or anything. Like, you don't have anything you try to do that's like you don't have a gift. There's
hobby?
nothing
you
that's,
can't
like-
eat a teaspoon of cinnamon? Like,
I'm just like that used to be a thing that got you places. Hey, I'm Chris. People know me because I do this. I'm Kevin. People know me because I play the drums.
right.
You know, you get familiar
true.
with people because you know people because you're familiar. You're familiar. I can't even
Not
say
because
it.
you're fucking Bob that runs
you're
the drill press.
Yeah, you're familiar with them because you're like you shared something. You're like, man, I liked that. What you just did, that was cool. You know, you painted that or you did this.
Right.
It's like that's cool, man.
Everybody's drones anymore. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I can't get over. That's why I don't do a lot of things. Because I just feel like I don't want to be a drone like the rest of society. You know?
You're
Yeah.
right.
You know, just like Chris said, nobody has any talents anymore. Just like we do
You
this.
ask them, they can't answer.
Yeah.
They're like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "What do you mean? What I mean? What
I
are
sit
you
on
good at?"
Facebook all day, and that's about it.
I'm good at not knowing what I'm good at.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, the best answer is I don't know. So obviously, you're only good at saying I don't know because that's all I'm getting.
What are you good at? I'm really good at picking my burgers and wiping them on furniture.
Well,
See, at
if
least
that's
you'd
your
be good
talent.
at something. At least if you said that, at least you had some. And you pick those boogers, my friend. You pick a winner.
Gold
you
mining.
Give me one too.
Nose goblins.
He knows goblins.
How do you guys do your promoting, like for your band and stuff?
Really, Kevin is our a booker.
Yeah.
He's promoting us. We're self promoted right now. We're like I said, we haven't brought anybody in to do
Right.
anything. Our posters for our shows, our T-shirts are great promoting because we've sold it quite a bit already. They go pretty quick.
Yeah.
And what's cool is like I was hanging out with my buddies the other night. I had a friend here from Colorado, and 6 of them, boom, T-shirts sold. Put them on. We went to the bars all night. That's free publicity all
There you go.
night, dude.
Right.
Everybody's going, man. What's that say? Wolves on Bears. Dude, that's a killer shirt. Where can I get one? Back of my van right now. So, yeah, we with that, word of mouth, really. A lot of the Facebook, the social media with the flyers that people do on there because,
Right.
I mean, yeah, people are going to walk around town and see a physical copy of a flyer and stuff like that, but you know as well as I do, everybody's phone right here is either lit up right now or it has been in the last 30 seconds.
Yep.
Right.
So
Actually,
people are
Yeah.
social media always that's your update 24/7.
Right.
And all you got to do is give them like I took a picture the other night of the T-shirt on a bar stool with a beer next to it, the Pabst beer, and it just looked really cool. Put on social media, bam, blast. Get so many likes, and then people want them.
Yeah.
Right.
People are fighting on social media. You see them, you buy one for me first, and I'll give you the money later. It's
Like, where can we get that
Yeah.
beer?
yeah,
At the
man.
liquor store. Buy a shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to get people. Well, not make, but get people to listen to your music, to your anything.
right.
It's like
Speaking of
Yeah.
promoting, actually, we have a show coming up at Carnahan Hall November 9th.
yeah,
yep.
It's our single release show. We're headlining that. We have Dreamcatcher and I Fight Fail opening up for us. Dreamcatcher is actually members of the Dangerous Summer.
Oh, okay.
So that's gonna be really
so
awesome.
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, we're
I
really
love those
excited to
guys.
play with those guys. So, but yeah,
What time
November.
does that start?
I think it starts at 6. At 6.
6 o'clock, Main Street, Carnahan Hall.
Yep, November 9th.
Or-
So
yep, at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Speaking of your new single, what's it called? What's the name of it?
Rise of the Gorgonites.
Right
Rise of the
on.
Gorgonites. Wait a minute.
Toy
What
soldiers.
Gorgonites?
Small soldiers.
Small
yes,
soldiers,
sir.
yes.
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think you guys wanted to play it on the show, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Of course, yeah. We're definitely want to play it on here, and then later we're gonna do our Reverb Nation. I'm gonna release it as a free download, and I'm gonna blast it all over social media so everybody can put it on their phones, and we can get to that car stereo.
There we
You
go.
know, right then. And then this winter we will be doing, we'll be finishing up our LP or EPs and stuff, and we will be releasing them. But we've got a bunch of tracks to choose from, and that's always difficult because we don't want
Right.
to release too much.
It's like a bag of Skittles.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like
which one are
it's like we
gonna
have this,
get,
all
you know?
these tangible songs, and like we have a bunch of them. So when a lot of our shows we don't get to play them all. So like we kind of want to we still want to leave everybody wanting more, but we still want to put those good that. Maybe they're not ever going to be number one hit singles, but to us they're like our chart hits. You know, like
Yeah.
people know the words. My buddy can be drunk at his party and he sings word for word without the song playing, and I'm like, I love that, dude.
Yeah.
I love
It's a
that.
good
Like, I just
feeling.
want to give him a big.
It's like you're
hug.
singing my lyrics. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
like,
Yeah.
he knows them by heart, and I'm like, geez, man, I love that.
Well, tell you what, we'll play the song, take a break and play it, and we'll
All right.
come back.
Let's do it.
Any last words? This might hurt. If I'm alive, then I can fight. I'm only a monster in your eyes. And it is time for us to rise. We are the Gorgonites. If I'm alive, then I can die. I swear I'll die. I can't stand this box I'm in. I wanna go home. Can I go home? I wanna go. Rise, 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 I can't stand this box I'm in, and I wanna go home. Can I go home?
All right, so what made you write that song?
Well, definitely
Small soldiers,
Soldiers.
man.
Yeah.
Actually, I brought it up at practice one. I was like, "You guys remember that movie, Small Soldiers?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Dude, we should totally write a song about the Gorgonites rising back."
It was on like Donkey Kong right then and there, man.
I love that movie.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it in so long.
Most people, that's what's really cool is we say that and they're like, "What?" It's like, "Yep." If you don't already know, it's the characters from the Small Soldiers movie. So it's really cool to have that like nostalgic like
Right.
90s kid feeling. But we're all adults now.
That movie
Making
was kind of
music.
like dark for a kids movie, wasn't
Oh,
it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was
definitely
actually in
pretty
Texas when
adult.
it came out. I was with my mom that summer. They had the rodeo burger at Burger King for the promotion for that movie, and that was my favorite thing ever. Man.
Well, Burger King fucked up this year. They didn't do the damn. They don't have the black burger, do they? The black bun.
You don't want that in your
It
life.
makes your shit turn bright green.
Oh, man.
You don't want that in your life.
You don't want that.
Burger King is.
You said a black
Burger
bun
King used to
makes
be
your
so good.
Shit turned bright green.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
That's like the total other end of the
It's
color
weird.
wheel, my friend.
Right.
And I was
Yeah.
drinking blue cherry Gatorade for months straight, and I was wondering why my bright green. It's like, man, it looks like I'm shitting nuclear waste. You know?
You're like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Is this safe? Can I flush this?
I actually looked at Tabby, my fiance. I was like, "Hey," I said, "This is this color. Is that right?" And she's like, "Oh, it's all right." I said, "Well, I have been drinking that blue cherry Gatorade for a long time now."
All the dyes in it.
Yeah.
Fucked up. So where can you guys will have this for download, right? At some point.
Yeah, actually, so once we leave and I get to my flash drive and everything, I'm just going to log in and I'm going to upload it on our Reverb Nation
Right on.
page, and I'm going to share it on like our Facebook page, the Wolves on Bears on Facebook, and then Kevin will share it on his, and then
Nice.
we'll all
And we'll put it
turn-
on. Yeah, we'll put it
Yeah,
on.
we'll definitely just keep turning it out, and we're going to do it as a free download
Nice.
because that's what's up, man. Free music, man.
What do you guys think
Hell
about
yeah.
all that, like free download and like stealing music and shit?
It's gonna happen whether you like it or not,
Right.
And that's why giving away a song for free kind of trumps that.
Right.
You cut the head off the snake. It's like, oh well, they're gonna have, an album out. Plus, I imagine when our album comes out, it's gonna be something that nobody's probably gonna. It's not gonna be enough people that are gonna like, oh well, we pirated Wolves on Bears album. We're gonna seed it to you. We've got 1,300 seeders in 5 seconds. It's like,
Yeah, that'll show them.
yeah, probably not even. Our stuff's probably it's gonna be so. Like I said, we're such a close knit with
Right.
our fans or people that come to see us that you're gonna have to see our faces before you get anything. Usually, right now at this point in our band,
Right.
Right.
or you're going to be talking to one of us personally. There's not going to be any disconnect. So. Yeah, that's what I like about that too. It's going to be like, hey, here's a free song, and then, hey, maybe you'll buy our EP that's going to come out, and it's going to have like 7 songs on it, and they're going to be really great quality, and we're going to put out a really nice album cover and everything, professional as we can.
Nice.
But yeah, I think that's going to kind of do away with that if it were to ever happen. I don't think it's going to, but
Right.
Hey, you don't know. You don't know.
just
You
that's
never
why
know.
that's why I'm just saying leave it open. Leave it open. That if
Yeah.
it did, I don't think that they would want to. But if they did, it's nothing I can. We all, I mean, at the end of the day, who in here can raise their hand and say they've never pirated anything in their life?
Yeah.
Right.
We've all been pirates. I used to have this little notebook that was my little pirate escape right there. Every movie at my fingertips, every song.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that does, but
But I still buy stuff.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's what it's like. People pirate the music, but the stuff they really like, they're gonna buy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm kind of blessed that my laptop or notebook did break because now I haven't been able to pirate anything for like a whole year. So I'm like this totally legit non-pirating guy. So I do definitely kick in money and try to buy things. And even like the last show we were at, we played with Letters from Earth, great band out of South Bend, and I wanted to buy a T-shirt, but they didn't have the design that I wanted in my size. I still gave them the money. It
Yeah.
don't matter. They sent
Nice.
me one. They sent me one. If not, who cares? It's not your fault you didn't have a T-shirt.
There you go.
That's cool. Here still. You guys played a great show.
Nice.
You got to go home with something.
Yeah.
I know what it is. It's your bread and butter at the end of the night for some bands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you got to go home with something.
I've had that because like a lot of venues want you to sell tickets.
Pre-sale tickets. I think
Yeah.
that's it's kind of a thing where people are saying, well, that's how it is, and I feel like they're just saying that because they're young and ill-minded enough to believe that it's up to a band to do pre-sale tickets to determine the outcome of a venue or a local bar's
Right.
how their actual scene, or as you would say, like their local crowd is, or their specials or anything like that. Bands definitely, I totally agree with selling tickets, pre-selling tickets, but as a forced minimum of a certain amount that have to be pre-sale, it's like, we all know the economy's certain. Run some specials, man.
Right.
Because especially when you're in a band where you support it all, that, hey, give me $100, I'll give you 20 at the end of the night for gas money.
Nope.
I'm really good at math, and even if you're not, you can tell me that that's a serious,
Right.
serious, not a good business call.
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me.
We've had it too. We've drove
It's
all the
awful.
way. We've drove all the way to Kentucky, and because we are a band that fully supports ourselves, we're 20 minutes out and get told that exactly what I just told you, $100, and we can promise you 20 maybe at the end of the night for gas. I'm
Yeah.
like, we're getting a hotel room and we're gonna go have a great night.
Maybe.
We're just gonna go have a good night in
Yeah.
Kentucky now. We're gonna meet new people, go to the bar,
Yeah.
get a hotel room. That's why stuff like that. We really try to just handle it really professional, and we just we're sorry for the miscommunication or the disconnect that happened, and we just try to not burn any bridges and be happy. If they ask us later, we're definitely not doing the pre-sale for them again.
There you go.
I think it's just
I like that.
I've talked to a lot of local bands. Amuse,
Yeah.
good friends of ours.
They still playing?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Talked to Kane about it actually.
Yeah, we played a couple shows with them
Yeah,
already, actually.
love those guys.
Knickerbocker and up in Fort Wayne, Skeletons.
Um,
I had no
we
idea
played
they were
with
still
them in
playing.
Flamingo Nosebleed at the Knickerbocker, and it
Oh,
was
yeah.
it was awesome. Flamingo Nosebleed is really amazing too.
Punk band from Fort Wayne.
Oh yeah,
They're sick, man.
but me and Kane were talking about that, and it's like when you have to do like pre-sales, and it's like $10 at the door. It's like, if there's only 3 bands and we all are humble people, and we know that we're just a punk band or we're
Right.
just a local band, that we're not greedy and we're not demanding anything, so we can probably agree that $5 at the door, no pre-sale limit, for per band to get paid, is anything that should be worried about.
I don't understand how
money,
a venue
money
can
is
ask.
always there. People just
What's
need
that?
to make it.
I don't understand how a venue can ask a band that's not from their city to pre-sale tickets.
Exactly.
Even if you
Yeah.
are from the city,
Well, yeah, it's still stupid.
It's like
but
this. It's like I'm not going to, in my like my normal everyday job, I'm not going to go tell somebody that they need to do the work that I do during the day, but they're not going to get paid for it,
Right.
And it's going to cost them money.
yeah,
It's like, yeah, if you talk somebody into that, you're great with words. I'll give you that.
so what
but
do they? Do
I'm
they
not
make
gonna
you
fall for
buy the
that.
tickets from them to resell?
I've had to do that a couple times.
Yeah.
I've literally gone, okay, I'll buy $100 in pre-sale tickets. And
that
I've
what-
done that, and out of my personal pocket,
Yeah.
just so
Wow.
we could play a show or something. And it's like, we've done that a couple times.
So are you
won't-
basically
we
paying
won't-
to play?
Yeah.
At that point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are, and that's why we turn it down now, and
Yeah.
we just apologize. We're really cordial about it, but
Like Kenny
Like-
says he's giving us pre-sales for Carnahan, but he said, I just looked, they're $10 in advance, like for pre-sales, and I'm not trying to sell pre-sales for $10 in advance. Like it's $12 at the door, but there's a link online on the Carnahan page for the actual link for the show that has the link to go buy tickets. So
So what? They just tell you to go sell tickets, and then, like, what do they give you, a handful of tickets to sell or something?
usually sometimes they'll just place will just say you got to sell 25 tickets. If you sell 25, you split percentage of the door cost with the other bands.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually
Yeah.
not, it's a
Right.
small
Yeah.
percentage.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just a venue's lazy promotion. Like,
Yeah.
they don't have somebody that wants to promote the shows.
Yeah, I had actually talked to Kenny about that because the last few times we played for the Hit the Stage events, the Lafayette Theater just does not promote that at all. It just says Hit the Stage. Like,
Really?
how are they supposed to know what bands are playing? You know what I mean? Like, they don't even have it advertised on their actual calendars.
Maybe like that one band Hit the Stages back again.
Yeah.
They should,
Who's that band Hit the Stage,
to
bro?
a point, they should promote every show the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
And like I had talked to the owner of the Lafayette Theater before we had ever like gotten shows there about playing local shows because I was like, dude, you have more than a capable venue to help local bands out and play shows there. And he tried to tell me that there's no money in it, but I see why there's no money in it for him because there's no promotion from them for the local
Right.
events.
Right.
And I'm not like being an ass or nothing. It's just straight business. I mean, if you're gonna, you gotta be able to promote from your business. If
Right.
you're gonna have events at your place of business, promote that show from your place of business. Because if you're trying to make money, then you'll make the money if it's promoted.
right.
You know?
It's just, if I could see where they say some events won't make money and some will over certain types of things,
Mm-hmm.
but
You can't plan for that.
no,
You,
but
you just have to prepare.
you got to figure if you don't have any event at all that night, like say they are Thursday nights are dead, they don't do anything in there. That's just a space they're wasting money on.
Right.
Right.
To have someone that come in and make some income,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do it. I mean,
Whether it be at the bar or at the door.
Yeah.
I also look at it like this: like a band is a traveling thing. It's actually its own entity that moves around, and does
Right.
its thing. We go as a group. We're separate people, but together we're a band that accomplishes things. So we go and we play these shows, but like, somebody saying, "Oh, well, you have to do this or you have to do that." It's like, well, your business is going to be there tomorrow, and the next day, and the next
Right.
day, right? So you should probably be working harder towards your constant business, your 24/7 walk-in, all that stuff. You want your clientels and your locals to come in there every night, no matter what you're doing,
Right.
and then you have the posters and the advertisements, because it's like, I don't know how other people think, but me, if I were a business owner, I would not want to put my financial stability on the wings of a local band, or
Right.
in fact 5 of them, or whoever.
yeah,
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Even just for the night.
yeah,
No, I would have a plan of, hey, I'm going to sell these at this price, get this off drinks. I mean, you can't tell me it's not possible. Let's look at where else they sell beers for 25 cents on Mondays
right,
for a bottle of beer.
yeah.
Oh,
You know what I'm
had
saying?
fair share
Like,
of those nights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
25-cent nights.
Yeah.
Where else?
And there's a reason, because they stay packed all the time.
Yeah,
Ooh, got way too drunk at those nights. That's
Oh,
for sure.
Well,
$2.
we would just go and be
trash.
like, case.
I just I think sometimes you
Yeah.
just understand when like a person that's making the decisions for a place like that has been through and had their wheels turning the whole time. They never lost sight of anything, so they're like, "Yeah, we're probably not going to make you do that." They're like, "We got plenty of people come in every night. You should be a successful, thriving business no matter what."
Right.
That
oh
would
yeah,
be my
for
goal.
sure. Yeah,
I mean, I try to succeed no matter what we do on a daily basis. So.
So since we're talking about venues and shows you guys have played, can you describe your show? Like,
the energy and whatnot.
yeah, the energy and the setting and kind of visually and musically.
Well, I mean, that'd be more up to Chris. He's up out front.
we have a great time. We interact with the audience quite a bit. We do a lot of socials,
Yeah.
a lot of socials, a lot of beer raises. Yep. Yeah, we do talk. We do get a great vibe usually. A lot of the people that have been coming to the shows for a while and stuff, man, they get out there and they come up right up front and they just get into it, and it's really
That
cool
helps
to
you
see.
get into it.
Oh
even
yeah,
more,
yeah.
too.
That helps me
Yeah.
get into it now, and definitely is. Yeah, it's different every night. We have some nights where we just say some silly, stupid stuff on stage, but yeah, I like to feel that we get into it for the most part, and
Oh yeah.
I definitely I know Kevin does because he's up there sweating and getting crazy. And I know AJ's doing it because he's playing an instrument, like he said. He's transitioning to an instrument and just,
Which looks
much.
huge on him, by the way, because
pretty much just taking it and running with it, taking the bass and using it. He's got all them strings. What do you got, a 6-string bass?
I have a 6-string Douglas WOB 827.
So he's got a good range on that
Oh,
bass
yeah.
guitar.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I
Going to
love it.
6. Not
my
the
baby.
Not the typical 4.
Yeah.
yeah, we actually we still have it. We've got to edit it up still, but we will have a live album coming out.
Nice.
It's actually called "You the Man, Kelly" dedication album.
You the man.
My father was hit by a roller coaster in August,
Oh, wow.
and he recovered in less than 7 days.
Less
Wow.
than 7
less
days?
than 7 days. Real
He walked
miracle,
out of
man.
the
He walked
hospital.
out of the hospital.
That's amazing.
My
Yeah.
dad's a walking miracle.
Yeah.
But we dedicated that show that week to my dad.
You the man, Kelly.
You the
You
man,
the man,
Kelly.
Kelly.
That's awesome.
Funny about that because if it's from Chris, is why we called it that, because he
I'm always
posted a
saying that
picture.
to him. You the man.
Posted a picture of my dad of getting better, and he posted, "You the man, Kelly."
You the man,
Yeah.
Kelly.
Man, Kelly.
That's awesome. I'm glad he recovered.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, it was.
That had to be terrifying.
Yeah, we were actually fixing to go track our first tracks of
Yeah.
Rise of the Gorgonites, man. We're fixing to go track our single, man, and I
got
got
the
a phone
call.
call. The only thing I asked of the boys is to go get it done, like,
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
So speaking of that, how did the not how well, but how did the recording go? Like, was that your first time doing that kind of thing, or?
No, I think we've all done our own recordings separately in our earlier life experiences with bands and experiments and stuff. I'm sure they can tell you.
oh yeah,
you
Yeah.
know.
yeah,
Not the
just
first serious project.
Yeah.
Did it go pretty smooth and everything?
yeah,
Going through it all?
yeah. I mean,
It can be a pain sometimes.
we have
doing-
originally tracked all of the drums for our songs.
Oh yeah.
Ben had come down and we tracked an entire 8-song set
Yeah.
in 3 hours.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, like it was the first time, like not the first time, it's actually the second time we did that, but the first time it was kind of my trial run with the metronome and whatnot, playing with my drums and the metronome. It was just, man, it's kind of hard sometimes, but once you got used to it, it was really easy. So the next time he came over and we recorded, I just sent him out, right through, because
Nice.
it was just, I practiced after that with a metronome.
Right.
So
The metronome, it's necessary.
yeah, it is.
It changes everything.
Yeah, I noticed how much and how drastically playing
But-
with one and playing without one does,
Yeah.
like recording wise.
It
It's
helps
like,
so much.
man, that is just horrible, bro. Like, metronome all the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like recording experience has just been, easy. I feel like even
That's cool.
because I'm doing the backing vocals on the single there,
Oh,
the
yeah.
screen vocals, and those were just easy. I just belted those out. Chris, he went in there and just killed vocals on that single, like it was awesome. And AJ, he had to
I
work.
had to rush for work. I did all my tracking, and it was 90 minutes. Everything was polished.
Laid down the biggity bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually
biggity
got to
bass.
even write some parts in there as of why he was recording. So
Nice.
That's
that
good.
yeah, it sounds really good.
Studio time can either go really smooth or it can.
Or it's going to be rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always had a really good experience with recording. Like our producer Ben, I've actually known him since childhood.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
been best friends for a long time.
That helps.
That helps.
And
a
I
lot.
was his drummer back in the day, and his studio drummer for his projects that he would record at home. In
That's
his
cool.
Home studio. So I've been recording with him since I was 14.
Oh yeah.
So it's really, really easy.
Nice.
Like if I go over there, I'm like, still got that guitar, man? Whip it out, let me see it.
Let's do some stuff.
Yeah, he's got all these nice guitars and all these nice compressors, and he literally, I mean, he takes it to the extreme. He looks up everything that he needs to know if he doesn't know it.
Right.
He solders in his own interfaces and stuff.
Wow.
Dang.
And I'm just like, holy cow, man. So yeah, he's really awesome. He's having him as a friend and is producing. Like, he helps me out with my tube amp and stuff because, like I said, I'm a fresh guitarist. Like, I play guitar and I have forever, but like, never been a guitarist. So like, I had the tube amp thing and all that. But he helps me with everything. He actually sold me my cabinet.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my PV Triple X 120 tube head with a custom 4x12 cabinet.
Nice.
And he actually had it when I was young and we were in our punk band and I was like 14. So it sounds really good.
That's
though.
like the best age to play punk music.
Yeah. So yeah, I've done a lot. Ben and me have over the years have done so many different sounds, like the happy hardcore, and
Right.
we mess with auto tune and the reggae style.
You got to mess
and
with auto tune at
everything.
least once.
I mean, we've done the hardcore, the post-hardcore, so he has such a variety that when we go, it's like he just pretty much gives you a slew of what you want to play, how you want it to sound, and here, look at all these other goodies we can add in. It's like, sweet, you got like 1 million plugins and 1 million drum sounds. Like,
You're like, I came here with a Snickers bar,
yeah.
but now I have like a whole bag of Snickers.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty fun. He's definitely he challenges himself on the knowledge part all the time. So like, what you hear, it's like, man, that's really good quality. Yeah, we recorded in Otterburn, Indiana.
Yeah.
Wow,
People be like, where's
middle
that?
of nowhere, a mile by mile town, surrounded by cornfields.
Right.
But yeah, we have a good time with it. I think Kevin does too. We have a fun with Ben. We all just pick on
Yeah.
each other the whole time.
Nice.
You gotta love his luscious Beebs hair, He's listening right now, so.
Babe's hair.
Gotta love it.
Love you, Ben.
So, what do you think, Matt?
Well, I have one last question for you guys.
Okay.
Do you think Harambe was an inside job?
Well, no.
Okay.
Maybe.
Now that you bring
We
that
tried
up,
to get tits out for Harambe last night.
it's out. Yeah, because the thing now is what? Dick's out?
That's dick's out. I don't want to see a dick, man. I look at my own every day,
It's like, as a guy, I don't need to see a dick.
Women don't want to see dicks either,
Nobody wants to see dicks.
No. I've been told by every woman I'm with, they think a dick's ugly. It's like, well, it is.
Yeah, see, a woman could walk in and be like, hey, be all sexual, but if a dude does that, it's
like,
it's
what are
gonna.
you doing, dude?
You can't be like, I got a surprise for you.
Hello.
The
Do
helicopter.
the Jason Segal on the
Yeah.
Sarah Marshall movie or
Yeah,
what?
it just doesn't work. So, if people want to contact you, where can they reach you?
You can contact us at our Wolves on Bears Facebook. It's actually linked to his and mine, so it's anything that's going to show up, it's always going to come to both of us, and we're always monitoring.
Either that or...
And he is always on top of it. So like if you were to send a message, I bet it'd be just like when I text him. It'd be like half a second or 5 seconds that he's already read it and he's typing you back.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just...
That's why technology is awesome. I don't always agree with people being glued to their phones per se, but like when you're doing something like that, you are staying connected to your phone and the internet for other people's sake, not only for your own. It's like not only are you trying to spread your music, but you're trying to get them to listen to it. And if it's anything like our music, most of our songs are real. I don't know how else I could say that. They're like real life songs. They're not fake.
There's
They're-
emotion.
Yeah,
a lot of emotion.
they're from
into
real
those songs.
instances that I've occurred. So like, dude, when we play them live, they're pretty
feel
awesome on stage.
Yeah.
You just get that raw emotion,
Right.
and that's what I feel songwriting really is. In turn, you're supposed to write songs that somebody can empathize or sympathize with. Maybe there's something that they have went through, or that they might be going through, or they could in the future, and you might have helped them through that, or changed their view on something that has been troubling them, or anything like that. Music we all know does amazing things.
Right.
and that's
Makes
where
your hair stand on end.
Oh,
gives you the feels.
I say that all the time. You know, when you hear your favorite singer, song, or any melody,
Favorite part in a
that's
song.
just perfect. What you just said, every goosebump on my body, from my hair to my toes, my head, everything will just stand out. All my
Oh,
hairs,
yeah.
and I'm just like, that's that feeling.
That's the best.
That's
I have it
that
right now
feeling.
just thinking
Yep.
about it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's that feeling.
Yeah.
It's something that connects everybody. You can literally not know the person next to you, and you can both be getting that feeling from a live performance.
You could be like, do you have goosebumps right now?
yeah.
Is it bad I got a half a chub right now?
I just went from 6 to midnight.
Oh my god.
But, yeah, like Chris said, our Facebook, always get a hold of us, and then wolvesonbears@outlook.com. That's always, if you're trying to book or just trying to get a hold of us for anything, I'll always answer that or Facebook Messenger. So
Nice.
Awesome.
Right on. Well, thanks for coming over, guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
for
appreciate
sure.
you
Thanks for
having
guys
us.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
definitely.
Enjoyed the music. It was great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
If you guys want to find us, you can find us on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
All Around Music.
We got one of them Twitters.
Yeah.
All AM podcast. And
Got one of them emails too.
yeah.
What is it?
aampodcast@gmail.com. All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming over, guys.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Like this.